With Piper turning heel to join Flair and running the company, Flair and Piper started an angle of them maintaining their top spots to take the spotlight from the younger generation with Bagwell as the main opposition, as Piper and Flair officially joined forces in the crossover segment on June 14, setting up a Clash of Eras 8-man tag doing a 3.1 rating. Flair and Piper opened Nitro's third hour on June 21 for a promo followed by an impromptu handicap match against Bagwell, jumping over 500,000 viewers to a 3.2 rating, with Flair booking David in the main event the following week against Nash, drawing a peak 4.4. With Nash and WCW trying to boost interest to close the gap, Nash came out for a promo on June 14 just as Sable, who just left the WWF as one of the biggest viewership movers in the business, showed up in the crowd during the promo, with the unadvertised appearance gaining over 500,000 viewers to a 3 rating, followed by Nash returning an hour later for the main event against Seed and Savage, drawing a peak 3.8. Nash took the feud with Savage to the next level on June 7 with 2 segments on the night, ending with Nash crashed by a Hummer inside a limousine, with Nash's biggest number coming on June 28 in a hyped title match against David Flair in the main event, gaining over 1.3 million viewers to a 4.4 rating, WCW's highest rated quarter in 2 months. Randy Savage was involved in Nitro's highest-rated segment on all 4 shows during the month, opening June with the 2 highest-rated segments on the night, first with him tricked by Nash near the crossover segment doing a show-high 3.7 rating, before returning almost 2 hours later for the main event against Sting, jumping over 1.2 million viewers to a 3.5 rating in the overrun. Savage and the returning Seed took on Nash to close the show on June 14 with the promoted match jumping over 800,000 viewers to a 3.8 rating, with Seed officially working his first match back in the company on his Nitro debut the following week against Sting, with Savage at ringside, picking up over 600,000 viewers to another peak 3.6. Closing the month with Savage and Seed as lumberjacks during the Nash-Flair match, ending with Savage chasing Nash to the parking lot in a quarter doing a 4.4. With Triple H and Billy Gunn going on a single heel run since the split of DX, both joined forces on June 28 with Billy Gunn's King of the Ring winning promo followed by Hunter coming out to bring up them not getting the DX merchandise money in a segment, gaining over 800,000 viewers to a 6.6 rating, with Hunter and Gunn involved in a match against Rock 30 minutes later doing a 6.9. With Triple H also working against Rock in a cast match on June 7 doing a 7.1, Triple H was in the main event of Raw for the next 2 weeks, first in a 3-way against Rock and Taker doing a 6.8, before opening the show on June 21 calling out Taker to set up a title match between them doing a 5.7. After months of build-up to the reveal, Vince McMahon turned back heel to reveal himself as the corporate ministry's greater power to open Raw on June 7th in a segment crossing over 3/4 to jump big with over 2.2 million viewers to a 7 rating, with Vince booked over an hour later for a Lion's Den cage match against Ken Shamrock doing a 6.9. Vince and Shane opened Raw's final quarter on June 14th to call out Austin and challenge him to a winner-take-all ladder match at the King of the Ring pay-per-view doing a 6.8 rating, with both booked by Shawn Michaels to team up against Patterson and Briscoe later in the night in a match crossing over into the final quarter of the show between 5.7 to 6.1 rating, as the McMahons celebrated taking control of the company back a day after the pay-per-view opening Raw with a 6.3. Undertaker opened June as part of the Greater Power reveal segment doing a 7 rating, paying off months of angles with Taker chasing the McMahons, while also headlining the show defending the title against Big Show almost 2 hours later in the main event doing a peak 7.3 rating in the overrun. Taker came out to confront Rock and set up the title match at the King of the Ring pay-per-view on June 14th in the segment doing a 6.6 rating, with the main event of the show seeing Taker and Hunter in a 3-way against Rock doing a 6.8, with both turning on each other to set up the main event on June 21st with Taker vs Hunter for the title doing a 5.7 rating before crossing into the unopposed overrun picking up to a 7.4, with Taker again working the main event spot to close the month in a title rematch against Austin a day after the pay-per-view going unopposed for the finish to peak at a record 9.5 rating. A day after losing his CEO position at King of the Ring, Austin had a promoted final title shot on the day after the event on June 28, leading to a unique viewership pattern with a 12-minute Austin vs Taker match starting at a 6.5 rating, before Nitro went off the air at 10:57 p.m. in a timing issue to hand-draw almost 8 minutes unopposed, leading to the finish of the Austin-Taker match with Austin winning back the title spiking huge in minutes with over 3 million viewers to a peak 9.5 rating. Austin opened the month being revealed as the new CEO of the company to counter McMahon in a segment going over 30 minutes to jump over 2 million viewers to a 7 rating, with Austin all over the show the following week with a series of skits from Titan Towers covering his first day on the job, having 2 skits in the quarter between 9:45 to 10 p.m. to close out the first hour with a 7 rating. Austin confronted the McMahons 6 days from the ladder match to open Raw with a 5.6 rating, with Austin working the top of the hour segment against Bossman with Michaels as special referee, gaining over 600,000 viewers to the highest rated quarter of the night 6.2 rating. Rock was back in the title picture now for the first time as a full babyface, building to a title match against Taker at the King of the Ring pay-per-view, starting the month in a cast match against Triple H, gaining over 500,000 viewers to the highest rated quarter of the night 7.1 rating, with Rock also bumping Raw over 400,000 viewers to a 6.6 rating, coming out for a promo to call out Taker to officially set up the pay-per-view match, ending up with a three-way for the main event with Rock vs Taker and Hunter doing a 6.8. Rock worked a match against Edge during Raw's first hour on June 21st, drawing a 6.1 rating, before running in during the overrun past 11 p.m. to take out Taker and Bearer on a Brahma Bull symbol, jumping over 1.9 million viewers to a peak 7.4 rating, with Rock opening Raw's second hour on June 28th for the Taker match follow-up promo, along with a match against Triple H, gaining over 500,000 viewers to a 6.9. With CEO Austin giving the Union members any match they want on the night, Big Show picked Undertaker to set up the main event on June 7th with 1 hour of hype, with the match ending with Show choke slamming Taker through the ring for the finish, gaining over 600,000 viewers to a show-high 7.3 rating. Big Show was again in the peak segment of the night the following week, with Show vs X-Pac booked for the top of the hour to hype up the first Show vs Kane match for the pay-per-view, doing a 7.1 rating, with him also involved in a major angle the following week with a hardcore match against Bob Holly, ending up with Show pushing a car on Holly outside the building in a match, drawing a 6.1. With Sable leaving the WWF at the peak of her TV drawing power, the company was able to immediately fill the spot with Deborah, pushed heavily by Jerry Lawler on commentary. The Jarrett-Deborah combination did some of the highest rated segments on a weekly basis throughout June '99, with the biggest coming on June 28 featuring a Jarrett vs X-Pac IC title match peaking at record levels, jumping over 800,000 viewers to a 7.3 rating. Deborah opened the month in a bikini contest against Nicole Buss, doing the peak quarter of the night 7.1 rating, with Jarrett and Deborah again in the highest rated segment on the show the following week, with Jarrett vs Shamrock doing another 7.1.